Hey guys, on here, we're back for episode 23 of the final season of Attack on Titan. In the last episode, we got to focus mostly on our ground forces and the scouts as they react, and we see their perspective on what Eren has just wrought upon the world, and especially after that big old Zoom meeting that he had with the entire Eldian race. Yeah, we get to see people juggle with their feelings on what Eren's doing, kind of talk about the morality behind it, you know, John kind of coming in and be like, yeah, they kind of brought it on themselves, but I don't feel right about it. You know, it's interesting to see everybody's take on the whole situation. Eren apparently does not have control over the Zeke turned Titans, though, as they're running amok throughout the city. So our scouts have to go to work at cleaning up these former comrades and purging them from the city so that they can be safe. We see them take out Pixis as they lay him to rest. It was a great little memoriam for a moment there as Armin takes him down. But it's interesting, though. They have also captured Falco, and we're debating over what to do with him, about whether or not they should feed him to one of the other Titans to get a comrade back, like Pixis, or Connie's suggestion, which is just kidnap Falco to go off while the rest of the group deals with all the Titans, to go feed him to his mom to get his mom back. Very selfish. I did not expect that from Connie, actually. So Falco's in the wind with Connie on his way to be fed to Connie's mom, while everybody else has dealt with the Titans here in the town. Meanwhile, they do discern after Gabby saves Kaya and the rest of the Browse family from a Titan that was running wild. They do run back up with Armin and Mikasa and learn where Falco is currently on his way to. During that whole exchange, she lets them know that during the whole fight, Reiner's been injured because his hardening was taken away when Eren made out his cry. And that caused Armin to be like, wait, when he brought the hardening down on the walls, he must have turned off all hardening. That means Annie's awake, dude. Annie's just in there, like, just choking on this water, just like, ugh! And I just need to know what her reaction to everything going on is, because that's got to be a interesting conversation, because she's got so much to catch up on. She's been asleep for so long. So, I don't think anybody said it better than Neuralix, who was like, oh, by the way, Eren's a god now. I was like, if I was Annie, I would just roll back over and go right back to sleep. I said, fuck that. But guys, before we get into this, if you're not subscribed and you're watching this video, because 75% of you guys who tune into these videos aren't, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you decide to change your tune on that and join the channel by the end of it, because we will be continuing these reactions. I got a bunch of other reactions that might be up your alley. Hope you can check those out. But before we get into this as well, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode or any of the other ones, you can check those out in watch-along format over on Patreon, or become a member of the channel gets you access as well. Along with the watch-alongs for this show, you get the watch-alongs to all the other shows that we cover here, as well as a bunch of exclusive movie watch-alongs, where at the start of each month, you get to put forth your suggestions and then vote on what movies we add to that list at the end of each month. You also get monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, trying to make it worth your while since you guys are going out of your way to support the channel. It's one of the ways we help work towards improving the quality here, getting help with the editing, as well as kind of expanding the types of reactions and the amount of reactions that we do on the channel. That said, I know not everybody can do that, but a simple way you can support us is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because when YouTube sees that engagement, that interaction, it tells them, hey, maybe we should share this with more people. That said and down the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this episode. Here we go. Man, that's such a crazy sight, man.
多少の犠牲が何だって言うんだ。こいつは息子が死んだんだぞ。何人も壁の崩壊で死んじまった。いや、エレンに殺された。その通りだ。エレン・イェーガーは。
Yeah. Figured this would happen.
そうだ。我々エルディア帝国は尊い犠牲のもと生き残った。我々は勝利した。
They're also not wrong.
死んだ甲斐があったな、みんな。心臓を捧げよう。
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to have some civil unrest. Please. It's water. Oh no, that's Annie. Never mind. I was like, we still have not caught up with Levi and Hanj yet. So I got a little hopeful there for some reason. I don't know how they would have ended up here. Oh! It's just bigger now. Also, she's probably got atrophy. You want to risk it? Ah, damn it. Sunset. Episode 82.
思ったより賢いじゃない。あんたが街を出るならそれを拒む理由はない。過失であんたの顔を眺める仕事から解放されるしね。これでようやく終わるのね。あんたのくだらない男の愚痴を聞かされるのも。なんでそのことを。まさか。あんたずっと意識があったの。ぼんやりと夢を見てるようだった。あんたの話し声とアルミンの声だけが遠くから聞こえて。そうじゃない時はずっと同じ。だからあんたたちの話で外の状況は大体分かっていた。突然私は外に放り出されエレンの声を聞いた。世界を滅ぼすってあれ本気で言ってんの？
いや
本当に壁の巨人があんたたちの大層な目的のために踏み潰された人々の死体を見て考えたよ。考えもしなかったことを人を殺すことは褒められることだった。国境を越えれば戦闘員も民間人も私たちエルディア人の贖罪と世界を救う使命のためにでの行いは正当化された。つまり瓦礫の死体は多少の犠牲だったって言いたいわけ。全てがどうでもよかった。
Yeah.
私は生まれて間もない時に親に捨てられた。母親の浮気相手がエルディア人だったとかでね。そんな私を収容所で引き取ったのは外国から来た男の目的は私をマーレの戦士に鍛え上げて、私は物心つく前から男の生まれた国の格闘術を叩き込まれた。男にとって私は
I wonder if her birth family matters in the long run.
だから私はどうなってもよかった。この国の何人が死のうが生きようが自分を含めて命というものに価値があるとは思えなかった。あの時までは島へ向かう朝、男は膝をついて私に謝った。教えたことは全て間違っていたと泣きながら懇願した。帰ってきてくれと。男は私の父親だった。私を自分の娘だと思っていた。私には帰りを待つ父親がいる。
Aw.
そして私と同じようにもう全てがどうでもいいとは思わない。私はこれまでに取り返しのつかない罪を犯したと思っている。でも
Damn.
父の元へ帰るためな。
And he had a full character arc.
あんたが父親の元に帰っても瓦礫としたいしかないと思う。そうね。
The Rumbling, used as a bogus threat by the 145th King Fritz to bring peace to Paradis Island for the past 100 years. Due to the vow of renouncing war, the Rumbling and its millions of colossal titans could not be put into motion until now. Following the collapse of Paradis Island, three walls, the march of the colossal titans flattens everything in their path. Now that the Rumbling is underway, destruction of the world is not far off. Okay, that's it. Nothing more that we didn't already know.
地ならしが発動されたんだ。エレン・イエーガーが全ての命を奪いに来るぞ。俺を信じるに値する根拠がないと言っている。
I'm trying to warn them.
寝言を信じてこっから出せと。どうせ集団で口裏を合わせて世界中のエルディア人が収容所で同じことを訴えているはずだ。貴様らはもうこの時点で共謀罪が確定だ。全員つけ。手は頭の後ろだ。約束してくれ。帰ってくるって。
分かった。約束する。
Damn it.
許可。イェーガー派が集結してこの砦を仕切ってます。いや、もう私の居場所は
Aw.
人里離れた山でのぐそして余生を過ごす体力もないしな。俺たちは教官の助けがなければ。バカ者どもが。私が何のためにしょんべん小僧どもの足毛をおとなしく受けたと思っておるのだ。貴様らはイェーガー派に従い決して背くな。せいぜいお前たちが守れる者はこのまま体制の中にいろ。ただしいつか立ち上がるべき日が来る。それまで決して自分を見失うな。
アルミン、待って。今からラガコ村を目指したってコニーには追いつけない。
できる限りのことを行動で示さなきゃいけない。じゃないと神の信用を得られない。あの子が頼りだ。
Armin's best boy.
9つの巨人の継承をかけた問題が消えるわけじゃないから。最悪なのはこの巨人の力をめぐって争い続けたしき。今すぐベッドに入って2日間程度眠りこけたいくらいには疲れてるけど、とにかく今できるだけのことをしなくちゃ。お母さんはひっくり返った巨人のままでもいいんじゃないかって。行ってくる。
Man, Armin has come so far.
どうしたらいいの？
ジャンの手助けをしなよ。少しは自分で考えて。
エレンのこと
わからないよ。それにどうしようもないだろ。ハンジさんと兵長は殺されたかもしれないし、それに兄が復活したかもしれない。もう兵団の指揮系統は機能してない。無秩序だ。危険になるかもしれない。義勇兵やアズマ人、ニコロの立場も危ういことになる。しようもないエレンのことなんか考える余裕はないよ。それくらいわかるだろ。
ごめん。
Oh.
エルヴィン団長がこの場にいたらこんな無様に当たり散らしたりしなかったのにね。生き返るべきだったのは僕じゃなかった。
That's not true.
マフラーがない。
Who took her scarf?
私の本当の名前ガビっていうの。ガビって変。ミアの方がいいよ。じゃあねカヤ、さよならガビ。
フロックやめろ。
分からせただけだ。
Dude, fuck Floch up, man.
だがこれで伝わっただろう。口の聞き方を間違えたらどうなるのかが。
誰がお前にお山の大将を気取ってほしいと頼んだ。
よく聞いてくれたな、ジャン。俺は10ヶ月前エレンから今回の計画を聞いた。ジークを利用し始祖の力をエレンが掌握する計画だ。俺は仲間を集めエレンの手助けをし、味方をしてくれる兵団の後ろ盾もな。そしてお前たちは故郷をも失う。地ならしによって全ては巨大な足跡の下だ。故郷の復興の夢を失う。
Jesus, Floch.
それでもこの島でエルディア帝国のために力を貸してくれる者がいるなら。
ふざけるなクソ野郎。誰がお前なんか
に。誇りに死ぬことはない。いいじゃないか、屈したってするより生きてた方が。考える時間を与えよう。みんなを牢へ。
Yeah, this is exactly what I think might be playing out. This has to be set up in a way for Eren to make himself an enemy.
昨日質問だが、俺はエレンの代弁者だ。
I don't think Eren would actually trust or give two shits about Floch. Telling him this and making him think this is part of Eren's plan.
あの地獄を生き残ってようやくこれを手にしたんだ。自由だよ。 もうお前らは戦わなくていい。好きに生きていい。なじゃん。お前は憲兵になって内地で快適。
Wow, coming full circle, isn't it? Holy shit.
終わった。だからもう昔のジャンに戻れよ。いい加減でムカつく生意気な野郎に。なんだとお前。
リヴァイ兵士長とハンジ団長はどうしたの？
ああ、残念ながらジークに殺された。ありがたいんですが。
They're fine. They're fine.
ほら、夕日があっちに。記憶喪失のお前を安全な病院まで送る。
Oh, he's got amnesia now?
本当に一人で。
Oh yeah, the memory lost from the Titan exchange.
でも、なんとかして南に戻らなきゃ。兄貴とガビに合流したところまでは覚えてる。でも、その後は一体何があったんだ。
He remembers some of it.
コニーさん、俺はどこかで見たことある気がする。
Oh yeah, in Marley.
気のせいか。
Fuck! Son of a bitch. Alright, you might notice that I re-uploaded this video. Apparently, some people let me know that there was a post-credits scene that I completely missed in this episode. So, this is me going back, syncing back up to that point, and re-uploading this video. So, so there's that. All right, let's check it out.
あの進路と速度から考えると、撤退戦はあのままマーレに戻るよ。我々マーレ軍の生存を絶望視したのでしょうか。
Oh, hey.
これでいち早く本国に事態を知らせることができる。あれに踏み潰されるまで待つよりずっといい。
あれを止める策は何か終わりでしょうか。
ない。ただ最後まで。
Oh, Hanji!
出た。
ちょっと待って。
Whoa!
とりあえず食べないで。あっちに誰かいる？ご安心ください。あれは
Dude, I was right. Yes. Oh, hell yeah, man. Man, I almost missed. Well, I did miss this. I did completely miss this. Thank you guys for making me go back and check this out. Holy shit, dude. All right, man. All right. Man, Annie had a full-on character arc. Mostly off-screen, which is interesting. Or at least in flashbacks, or maybe it was just kind of always there. And she deviated from the initial plan just to put herself in a position to either get their mission quick, done, and over with as fast as possible, or just to lay low and survive so that she could make it back. Either or. But the fact that she was conscious the entire time within the crystal and just hearing everything that both Hitch and Armin were saying to her the entire time, anytime they came down to talk at her, she was able to hear all of it. So, damn it, denied that reaction. I would have loved to have seen her initial reaction to just waking up and be like, Aaron's take over the world, but fortunately she already knew when she woke up. But seeing how she came around from being like kind of devoid of any care, attachment, or emotions towards people, she's learned to kind of appreciate that and has been burying that to survive in a lot of ways. That's cool. So it just makes me wonder what she's going to do. So I guess she's going to try to make it back to Marley if they can beat the Titans there somehow and warn them, is my guess. That's my best guess at what her plan is. Armin, dealing with the weight of all of this stuff going on, trying to figure out how to play every given situation, has decided to focus on the one he knows he needs to stop, and that's Connie giving Falco to his mother, because if they are to have any chance of peace, they need to have Gabby as leverage for them to get cooperation out of Peak and Reiner. So he's going after them, but like seeing him like break down with everything going on, the restorationists, the Jaegarists, the just Aaron's plan and all that stuff. And like when Mikasa's just like, she's like, what do? What do we do about Aaron? What do you want me to do? And he's like, I don't know. If we make a wrong move, the Floch might put a bullet in our heads. If we make the wrong move, blah, 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 blah. And then he like starts to doubt him, even himself yet again, coming back to the decision to resurrect him at all when it was brought down to whether or not Erwin or Armin should be brought back or given the Colossal Titan. And it, I think Armin's still the right choice, personally. Erwin would be great. Erwin is great. Team Erwin. But Armin's just the GOAT, man. He is. So just seeing how far he's come. And then I like that because we had that other full circle conversation between Floch and Jean as he's trying to be like, hey, we've won. Once Aaron's finished with this, there's no more fighting. There's no need for you to even be in the military. You can just retire. You can go back to being the old John. You know, remember back in the day, you were just this loudmouth, cocky little shit who just wanted to be an MP and relax in the interior? Just go retire. And John's just like, yeah, fuck that. You just see it in his eyes after it. Contemplated it a little bit when he was like, it's over. And then, obviously, they've got more to do. Especially when the conversation of what happened to Levi and Hanji came up, and he's just like, they were killed by Zeke. The fact that that came up again just like that definitely makes me think that, one, we know Hanji's still alive. She's fine. But I think they're definitely setting up still for Levi to have survived all of that. At least I hope so. I'm just holding out in hope. I know this show is very bleak, brutal, and doesn't pull its punches a lot of the times, but I think that's going to be one of those cases. It was just such a weird play to make for Hanji not to just save herself unless she just wanted to make sure that his body gets a proper burial or something like that and doesn't get poked, prodded, or fucked around by these Jaegarists. And coming back to the Jaegarists at all, Floch being like, I've known Aaron's plan for 4 years. He told me exactly what he was going to do, that he was going to play Zeke, get the founder, and then march on the world. I knew. I'm his right-hand man. I think he knew Floch's personality. I think he knew exactly how Floch would act, and I think he's making himself, also because he's setting up this divide within the Eldians themselves, within Paradis, about whether or not this is for the greater good or not. The people that he's killed, and just by bringing down the walls, because that debris killed people, he's accidentally stepped on people, you know, and they're like, it's a necessary sacrifice. You got some people being like, it's a necessary sacrifice for our freedom. Otherwise, if the walls would just come down when Marley rains down its wrath upon us and exterminates us all. We'll all die. This is a small sacrifice, small price to pay for us, our survival. On the other side of that is like, but is that cost worth it? Shouldn't we just, maybe we should just roll over and die? And like, you see like people pushing and fighting back on how this should go. And I think it's definitely, especially after this, I'm even more solid in my resolve that Aaron is setting himself as the fall figure and making himself the central villain of the world, not just the hero of the Eldians, not just the enemy of Marley, not just the enemy of the world, but the enemy of everybody. And it's going to be that union behind against a common enemy that might cure all of this hatred, free everybody from this cycle if they all come together, set aside their shit, and maybe this is too optimistic, but come together to take on Aaron, and he's just going to be the fall guy for the whole thing. He's going to sacrifice himself for the union of the world. Maybe, maybe not, maybe too hopeful. Maybe it is just as clear-cut as I'm just going to fucking exterminate everybody. Maybe he's not thinking one extra second on what's happening back at Paradis as long as they're safe. or how they feel about him, think about him. I don't know. All right, guys. What did you think of the episode? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join our conversation in the Discord as well. Links to that and all my socials down below. Hope you follow me on each one of those. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gives you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, and Melita. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and everybody else who's been showing up and hanging out and supporting the channel. Thank you guys. But that's it for this episode, and I'll see you guys next week with the next one. Take care, everybody.